and welcome to this quick tool review. This is a very special quick tool review because I'll be reviewing a tool given to me by a gentleman that out of the blue gave me something for free, a really wonderful tool that he's making, and I still don't understand why, but I'm very, very thankful for them. So let me give you a little bit of history. So about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was watching a YouTube channel by Robin Renzetti, and he is a precision machinist that does it for a living. And if you watch his channel, you will learn a ton from the guy. And he was making some custom precision ground bench stones, and he sold out of them immediately. He made 100 and sold them immediately, and I couldn't get a set. So I was in the market for some, but couldn't find them anywhere else. So lo and behold, I'm watching A-Bomb79, Adam Booth's channel, and he was reviewing a set of these custom bench stones, and I wondered where he got them, and he got them from 26acremaker.com from a gentleman named Lance, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing his last name, Baltzley. And Lance sent Adam the set of free to review on his channel and show viewers, and I immediately went over after watching them to 26acremaker.com and tried to buy a set. Well, Lance got back to me and said, no, you don't need to buy a set. You're a YouTube creator. I'm going to send you a set for free. And I said, no. You know, you've got a channel. You need to support your hobby as well. And I'm happy to pay for them. He said, no, I'll send them to you as soon as I have time to make a set. I was absolutely blown away because, you know, my channel is not a really big channel. I don't have a ton of viewers. And most of my videos are like in the couple thousand viewing kind of range with 80-some 100 subscribers. And so I'm obviously not a huge marketing opportunity for Lance. So he just obviously sent them to me out of the kindness of his heart, and I am really thankful. So if you're not familiar with what these bench stones are, is they are a standard Norton bench stone, but then Lance takes them and he puts them on his surface grinder and he grinds them perfectly flat, both sides. And what that does is it makes it so that they are perfectly flat, and the stones themselves will make so many points of contact with any flat surface you put them on that they won't remove any material. Because if you think about this, take any cutter, and it takes a certain amount of force for that cutter to remove material out of whatever it is you're trying to cut. Well, if you have enough points of contact with your surface, namely something custom surface ground flat, then the amount of force per point will be so low that they won't be able to take off any material, except for one very specific situation. And that situation is when you have a burr sticking up. So I've been using a good old-fashioned bench stone I had that was not flat, and every time I put it across my lathe, so here's a good example of when you want to use one. You take your vise off your lathe to use the surface of your lathe table your mill. You take your mill table and you take your vise off, and you want to, you mount something to your table, do your milling, now you want to put your vise back on. Well, if you've created a burr on the table and you put your vise back on, or you put a burr on the bottom of your vise, when you put your vise back down, it won't be perfectly flat. And if you're trying to do somewhat precision work, it's going to fight you, just like if you get a chip under the vise. Bad thing. So what you do is you take a bench stone and you rub over the whole ways of the mill. Now, my current bench stone is not flat, so it's making only a few points of contact, and it would actually scratch the surface. These guys are so flat that when you rub them together, it feels like glass. You can hear that, and it feels like glass going against each other. It's perfectly smooth. So when you rub these over the surface of the mill, it won't remove any material off the table unless it's a burr, which means it won't scratch the table. Both sides, the coarse and the fine, have been flat ground, and you can just see, even the coarse side has almost no friction whatsoever. So as you're using them on the table, you rub them on the table, remove the burrs, and then come back and rub them against each other, and they will self-flatten. I am absolutely blown away. And I highly recommend anyone who has a mill, a lathe for the ways, any other precision piece of machinery that you may turn up a burr on and you need to remove the burr, get a pair of these. They're worth every penny that you pay for them, and really fantastic. 26acremaker.com, Lance Baltzley, And he has a YouTube channel as well, and it's a very good channel. The man is an absolute perfectionist, and he is right off the old block of some of the other amazing creators out there. So I highly recommend you you support him like I wanted to, and you know, go buy a pair of his precision round bench stones. You won't regret it. And anyways, hope you find it useful. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.